One thing I also forgot to mention, I didn't think I was going to have a lot of difficulty adjusting to the language differences here compared to Taiwan. I remember I was like in a cab and I was like discussing with the cab driver like where to go, how to get there, and he was like telling me no and blah blah blah, and I was like discussing back. So I didn't think it'd be such a huge issue. But here it's just like okay. So one of the huge differences is the Retroflex R, the R. That's what an R is. But it's usually like it's a characteristic of the Beijing dialect, and that is the prestige dialect in this country. It's the standard dialect, so people will obviously try to imitate it. It's very pronounced at the end of the sentence. I notice it a lot whenever it's at the end of a phrase. So, for example, the reason why it's hard is because there's already very little shape to a Mandarin syllable. It's usually the start of the syllable is either a vowel or one consonant. It's never a cluster. In the end, and there's always one vowel or maybe two, like a diphthong, and then it either ends with an N or an ung. So there's not much of a coda, of a closing or whatever. You look up my linguistics vocabulary shit. But the problem with the R is it deletes a lot of that diphthong, and it just gets rid of that final consonant. So for example, ba, bang, and bang can all be bar, shang ban, shang bar, chu, bier. I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. And so I remember we were getting in the cab, and the guy asked us. He said "naga mar," and I was like, "Mar? What's a mar?" Mun, gate. He was asking us what gate did we want us to be dropped off at, and I could not understand it for the life of me. I just thought he just sounded ridiculous saying mar, 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 mun, mun, mun. It's annoying. Not only that, but so imagine in English, in England, in the United States, in Australia, they use different words for everything, like do you reckon instead of do you think, like in Australia. Bloke instead of guy in the UK, shit like that. It's very easy, but I mean we recognize it because we're native English locutors and we already have experience hearing all that. But like for me, who has never been to the mainland for an extended period of time, I'm not used to any of this vocabulary things. So you can kind of guess from context, especially from reading, what they're trying to say. But when they're speaking, it's sometimes a bit harder. And I've noticed that the difference in word choices makes it harder, coupled with the R sound. It's just really frustrating.